Thank you for joining us for this really important discussion this afternoon on how food service businesses can use consumer psychology to help people make healthier choices, based on insights from what I hope you'll agree when you have a chance to read it is a fascinating report that's been commissioned by Compass Group UK and Ireland and produced by Footprint Intelligence.
Why is this report important? I think it's important because if we look at what's going on in the UK and really the broader world, but in the UK, 60% of adults are either overweight or obese, and in fact many children are also suffering from obesity. So it's important, and I think with all of us being a part of the food service industry, I think it's important that we take an active role in trying to help people be part of the solution, part of what's trying to make a difference for this challenge we all face. I think we all recognize that sometimes education and willpower is not enough to win this battle.
And there are some great examples in the report, as you'll see, of how nudges are being used to make healthier choices the norm rather than the exception. And I hope you'll leave today with some fresh inspiration about how to drive positive change through your own organisation.
Are we making sure those healthy options sound as appealing as they can be? There's other words like crisp or fresh or crunchy or blah blah blah. There's lots of other ways to imply health without using the word healthy, which for some people is shorthand for it's good for me, so it's going to taste rubbish. 41% of consumer spend is spent on promotion, so it's really, really important to ensure that promotions help guide people towards healthy choices. And McKinsey actually did some research which said that this could be one of the most effective ways to improve public health. So again, when you're looking at what you're promoting, making sure that those healthy options are included in that, and not just there's so many different competing business objectives, but health has got to be in there. I think the average dinner plate used to be about 8 or 9 inches and now it's 12. So obviously the same portion size, it looks tiny on a 12-inch plate. These types of things, they're not just making people healthier, they're really, really good for business and bottom line, and you can feel great about it. There's a great Steve Jobs quote about, it's something like, what does he say? It's not the consumer's job to know what they want. So, sometimes we think that just because there's a whole load of people on an oil rig, health isn't their big thing. Well, when Compass introduced their healthy offering on an oil rig, 30% of people, were right in there ordering it. It had a really good uptake. There's lots that can be done, and the industry has done super well, but it's just got to keep doing that to make the norm as healthy as it can be.
Really seen this stuff work, that if you present things as delicious, and I think that's the real key, food needs to taste good, otherwise people won't choose it.
Definitely it is around how do you nudge people into choosing in our case, very simple, the lower sugar option or the healthier option. And that's done in a lot of ways. That's branding. One of our big focus areas is on encouraging people to try a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
We did the dispatchers program at Channel 4 as well, where we did an experiment about having calorie labelling on the menu versus not. And we saw that when we had calorie labelling on the menus, people did make a more informed choice, whereas other consumers clearly said, oh, I can see it's very indulgent, but I'm here for a treat and I want to enjoy it. So I think it's very difficult. We can provide as much information as we want to our consumers, but ultimately they're going to make the choice depending on what they feel that day is. They've had a bad day.
I think one of the things that I got out of some of the discussion today was a lot of these psychological nudges actually, in addition to helping people make healthier choices, they actually improve the experience. So it's kind of a win-win. It's not just about making people do the right thing. They actually feel better about that. I thought that was quite powerful.
So key takeaway from me today is the importance of environment. I hadn't really given too much thought around place settings, lighting, music, and how you sit with the people you're dining with, and the really direct impact that can have on both the amount you eat and the choices that you make in the restaurant. So that's a learning I'm taking back to our business. We spend a lot of time with our customers thinking about how we put our products into their environments, and I think that's given us plenty of food for thought.
So, I love designing with health in mind because it's, I just really feel like it's something that can move the needle, that can be more game-changing, because the whole psychological approach of the psychological nudges and getting people to make healthier choices, I think it's more impactful, much more powerful when you do it in subtle ways that people are not, they don't feel like somebody's lecturing them or making them do something they don't want to do. You're actually encouraging them in a way that's kind of pushing an open door to just make choices that are healthier for them and ones that they'll embrace over time. And I think as social norms change and as eating healthy becomes what people do, I think it just reinforces itself. So I was quite inspired really by the work and the analysis that you guys did and that the team did at Footprint. I just think it is game changing, and it's something that we in our business will try to incorporate, because our clients are asking us for ways they care about their employees, they want them to be making healthy choices, and they're looking for us to be innovative in helping them accomplish that. So it really dovetails nicely with what our business is looking for.
It's a really interesting presentation today and kind of quite thought-provoking. I think kind of the main takeout for me was kind of around how we can make kind of healthy food more appealing for consumers or kind of visitors, certainly to our restaurant. And some of that is the way we actually describe the food to them, so kind of some of the thoughts that the restaurant staff have got and their knowledge of the menu. But then the whole thing around kind of the presentation and making it kind of look more abundant and more appealing, I think has definitely got value and something we'd be interested in.
And what about, how do you think you can drive the paradigm shift towards food service embracing this as a kind of as an industry norm?
Well, I mean, the ultimate thing is your customers, our guests actually finding it appealing and actually moving, shifting across and actually buying those products from our menus. So if we can actually prove that that's possible, then that for me is the benefit of it and why it will work in the food service environment.